Yo, what it do, wealth champions? Y'all know what it is, man. It is that time of the morning for the Cortez Hustle Show. And I'm, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, the one and only financial health mentor. Excited to come before you guys today, man. This is going to be a firehouse show. If you don't know anything about social media marketing, if you're an entrepreneur and you're kind of trying to figure out how you're going to make business work, how you're going to make your social media platforms work for your business, you are in the right place at the right time, because my guest this morning will break everything down for you on what it takes as a small business owner. A lot of solopreneurs, a lot of mom and pop shops are really finding themselves scrambling during this coronavirus time to keep their doors open. And social media has been the saving grace for a lot of them. And my guest today is going to show you exactly how and why that is. So I'm excited about that. Normally we do news every hustler can use, but that's not going down today because I want to give them the whole hour to really help you guys understand the power of social media. So let me run my disclaimer, man, and then we're going to come right back and get to our special guests, owners and founders of Focus Network Media, Mr. Stephen and Teresa Russ. So let's run the disclaimer and then we'll be right back. The Cortez Hustle Show is a copyrighted production of iHustle Media Group. Any unauthorized use of the video, audio, captions, depictions of this show without express written consent of iHustle Media Group is strictly prohibited. iHustle Media Group, a better way to market.
And now back to the Cortez Hustle Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cortez Hustle Show, coming live and direct from the Monetize My Life studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Yes, I said it. You got a gift, talent, special ability that God gave you, my friend. It's your job to let that gift make room for you, or in other words, monetize that thing. So I wrote this book called Monetize My Life, 4 incredibly simple ways to turn your passions into profits with little to no startup cost. If you go to monetizemylifenow.com, you can get it absolutely free. All you do is cover shipping and handling, and I will get it out to you guys, and you will learn that your gifts are valuable, and you learn how to package and present them to the marketplace, and it can change your life, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, guys, I want to bring to the show a good friend, a couple is actually good friends of mine. We actually met on social media about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and we've been just rocking ever since, man. They are incredibly gifted and talented at what they do, and you're gonna get to know them for yourself. So let me bring on Mr. Stephen and Teresa Russ.
What's up?
What's going on, people?
Hey, man. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. So as we do with everybody, man, I'm such a poor host that I don't read bios and stuff like that, man. So tell everybody a little bit about who Stephen and Teresa Russ is first and foremost, and then we'll talk about how you guys got into the social media space and ultimately form your company.
All right, so I'm Live Russ. I go by Live Russ.
I'm Teresa Russ.
Yes. I was in the optical field years ago, decided to get out of that. I was doing some marketing for optical as well. Decided to get out of that and then got into marketing, man. And that's kind of what pushed us into marketing. So absolutely love it. Get to meet people all the time. But it's an art to marketing. It's so fun. Yeah. It's an art. It's always learning and relearning and unlearning, you know, so it's always changing. So I absolutely love it, you know. And we was having to bring Teresa home last November.
Yeah, because I was working overnight shift.
Yeah. So, but who we are, we husband and wife, we've been together since high school, you know.
Wow, okay.
So we've been together since high school, and we started our life together way back then. Got married at 20.
Okay.
And then we had our 2 kids, a few years later.
When we had our kids, that was really our start with entrepreneurship, just because I still remember the first day dropping the firstborn off to daycare and thinking, as Russ always says, this can't be life.
This can't be life.
And so that was really our first awakening.
Yeah, to jump out there and learn how to do this entrepreneur business on your own and on yourself.
Yeah.
That's
the theme for the rest of the year. # bet on yourself.
Yeah, bet on yourself all day.
Listen, man, so many people I think are missing the mark in terms of the potential that entrepreneurship can bring to the table, man. I say there's 3 main reasons that I love entrepreneurship. Number one, the tax game is bananas when you have a business. That should be enough for at least to have you at least try entrepreneurship. But then there's pride and ownership, which I can hear in you guys' voices, that there's nothing like the pride and ownership. And when you're doing something you love, the sense of fulfillment, but then also showing your children a different way, right? Not saying that everybody who has a business is going to make sure their kids go into business, but at least your kids know entrepreneurship is an option.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people realize it's an option. So talk about the very beginning stages and the early journeys of your entrepreneurial endeavors. And I know it wasn't always a peaches and cream, as they say, but what was it that made you say it's worth doing as you hit some of those bumps in the road?
Well, when I first got started really in entrepreneurship, I got my real estate license. And the reason why I did that was because I read this statistic that people on food stamps and stuff like government assistance are usually 3rd and 4th generation. And, I began to analyze my life, and I realized, well, even if we're not on food stamps, the only thing I really know how to teach my kids to do is fill out a job application. And so, that was, Russ had gotten started in MLMs and different things of that nature. But I had always had a steady job, and I was like, how am I really going to give, like you said, how am I going to teach my kids something I don't know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I ran out and got my real estate license and probably got my tail whooped out there in that market.
Yeah. I mean, for me, Cortez, I've always been like a self-motivator, so I will keep my head into positive things. That's what, honestly, when everything looked like it was falling down, what I'm saying, with me keeping that visual of how I want my life to be, and want to be with my kids. Honestly, like when we had our kids, I wanted to be there for everything. I wanted to see them take their first steps. I wanted to be able to, they can stay home with me if they ain't feel like going to school. I wanted those options, that's freedom to me. When you can say, this is what I want. So really what kept me going is being able to really live my life that I wanted to live, like having the time with the kids. But we kept our head into positive things, reading books.
Right.
You have to
listen to audio books. Yeah.
Like from the moment, honestly, and you have to develop that discipline, because the motivation don't last. Moment you get on social media, you seeing everything that's going out in the world. So literally from the moment I get up, I'm into meditation. Russ has got his positive things going, because you literally have to keep your mind tuned to that positivity, because if you don't,
you lost already. Yeah. And the people you keep around you is everything. The people that you keep around you, and like I really love my family so much that I can be around my wife and my kids all day. That don't bother me, you know what I'm saying? Because I know they're gonna keep my kids hold me accountable. If I tell them something, they're gonna make sure. Hey, Dad, you said this, that's it. So I will always tell them things in my business, even to get them involved. I'll tell them what I got going on. We'll even have meetings with the kids on Sundays. We'll sit at the table and we'll get everything out. We'll tell them what's going on with the money. We'll tell them what's going on with the business, where we at.
Because if you tell them jokers you got a goal and you don't beat that goal, they're gonna be in your face.
Yeah,
Yeah, because and that goes back to where I was just having this conversation. Some of you guys saw the post on my page where I said, if you don't have a business in America, you're basically a foreigner in your own country, and I really believe that. And what I keep telling people in that post, and they are coming for you, boy, in that post. But that's exactly what I wanted to happen, though, because what I'm saying is our school system is gangster at what it does. And what it does is create employees.
right.
That's what it's designed to do. Who funds the school system? The government and big corporations. What do big corporations and the government need to survive? They need employees. So that's what the school system produces. So our mindset is definitely warped. And if you are going to unwarp that mindset, you need to get into a heavy rotation of positive self-help, personal growth, self-development. All of that stuff is critically important. But you said you wanted to live a life that you design. And I just remember that line that Nipsey Hussle says in one of his songs. He says, self-made.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't have any help. It just means I designed myself.
Right.
And I like that you guys are designing the life that you want for you and your children. So most people who saw the flyer and tuning in right now, make sure that you guys go ahead and comment at the name of your business and your brand in the comments so we can give you that free shout out. But we're here to talk about social media, man. And you guys say that social media is the new TV. Absolutely. And you are the star. How did you guys come up with that? And how are you helping people understand the power in social media first? And then we'll talk about how you guys are helping them use that power.
Well, we came up with social media as the new, it was probably late at night and we sitting in this office, but we came up with it because that's where the eyeballs are, right? If you think about the chronology of advertising, first we had newspaper, then we had TV, and people will run advertisements on these mediums because that's where the eyeballs are. Right, you had radio, and so people always, run advertisement where the mass attention is. And so one night we were sitting up in this office thinking, well, where is the attention? The attention is on social media. I don't even have we don't even have cable. We don't even have cable. And I know so many people who do not have cable. They have internet. I mean, obviously you have your Netflix or whatever, but to actually remember back in childhood when you'd be like, man, my show coming on. So you got to hurry up and get home. It's just not like that anymore. A lot of these shows even will premiere on Facebook.
And we, my whole thing is I'm obsessed with evolution. I like seeing the evolution of things. And when you look at marketing, like Teresa said, it went from newspaper, radio to black and white television, and I would tell my kids this and I would show them, this is what we used to use, and this is what we use now. This is how it works. So I don't think a lot of people realize the changes that's happening right now in reality. We so caught up in living in the past or trying to get to the future that we don't look at what's happening now. And so that's saying social media is the new TV. Hey, it's a new TV and you are the star.
And you walking around with it in the palm of your hand.
And that's why you are the star. We help. So and how we're helping people do that is learning how to take control of their social media page and really make that into their station, their network. That's your network. So we have courses teaching people how to go live, in that process of taking your live stream and actually, making a profit from your live stream.
Right.
And then we have a class that's showing people how to get their businesses in front of their clientele. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't need billions and billions of people to like you. 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Right? You don't need that many people to like you. It's certain people that's going to like you and rock with you and buy your product. And then there's certain people who ain't. And those people who ain't, you pay no mind to. You just keep working with the people that's in your courses, in your classes, and you help them better themselves through the social media platform.
One thing that we have found that was we didn't intend, I guess didn't expect, is the level of psychology. Like you had mentioned just a few minutes ago about how the school system has warped our minds. I don't think, half of what we do is just convincing people that you have something viable.
Right.
Not trying to convince, but
spark that light, spark that fire.
It. Like, we so used to suiting up and going to work and having to be somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And these ideas, we'll sit around all day and night and pray for money, and then we'll get 4 or 5 ideas, but we'll shelve them to go back to that job. And so part of what we do is like, listen, baby, you are the money. Your ideas, your personality, your experiences, everything that you are is money.
Everything you are,
it is money.
And you just use this pretty much.
There you go.
I.e. monetize my life. My whole life can be monetized. Everything that I am, everything that I do. Russ, you hit it on the head, man. You talked about evolution and being in the moment and paying attention to what's happening now. My man Gary Vee says he puts the invention of the internet right up there with like fire. And the printing press, right? And we're gonna look back at 100 years from now, like the internet really changed the game. And I don't think people see it that way as they're experiencing it and trying to figure out. Listen, when we say we talk a lot about land and how God is not creating any more land, so there's only a finite amount of real estate. Well, guess what? Whoever created the internet created more virtual land, and if you're not staking your claim to some of it, right? I got over 1,000 videos out there on YouTube, Facebook, and that's internet real estate that I own. And man, talk about why. The power in this platform itself as the internet, how that has just changed your lives personally. And then when we come back on the other side of this break, we're going to give some tactical steps on what people can do to better leverage social media for their small business. But just think about your personal life. How has the internet changed your personal life, right?
If I could say with one word, it's automation. Even with the videos that you just mentioned, those videos play 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're out there literally fishing for you right now.
Right.
If somebody gets the idea that they want to change their finances and they type in financial mentor, you probably gonna pop up, and you don't have to physically be there. And so the idea that we could jump on this thing and make money without physically having to be there has literally changed our
whole world. You can have ads and videos running like T said, like you said, and we out in our garden. Right. You know what I'm saying? We hanging out with the boys.
And we like, we got a coaching call that came in off one of our webinars. That was working without us.
Right.
So
it's like you put in the work, because we're always working, we're constantly working, right? But it's to build the systems. We're working to always build the systems to remove ourselves, So, and I think that's what people need to understand. This social media, this internet platforms allow us to do. It gives you more time based on what you want to do. Right. Yeah. The things that you want to do in life. And that's how it changed our lives, because I don't have to hop up and drive an hour to work and an hour back.
We was both doing.
Wow. Right. Yeah. That's huge, man. Allowing, you said something, one of my favorite words is systems, man. You build systems, and as a financial coach, what a lot of people don't realize is that's exactly what wealthy people do. See, wealthy people will spend, a working person say, I need to go and make $1,000 a week. And they will get out and they will use their labor to do that. A wealthy person will says, if I can just get this system to where it makes me $100 a week, I'm game. And the employee is looking like, you just gonna make $100 a week? I'm making $1,000 a week going to work every day. But the wealthy person said, but you know what I'm gonna do? As soon as I get this system down, I'm gonna create me 9 more of them.
Right.
and now I'm making the same $1,000 a week that you making. I'm just not using my labor to do it. So
the big difference between most people just own a job. A business is systems. And the most powerful thing about social media is that, listen, the big businesses used to pay billions and millions of dollars to have these same systems, ads running for them without them having to be there. People work, you know, if you can set up these automation stuff to send emails automatically and do your ads. Big businesses used to pay millions of dollars annually to do this stuff. And we got it on our cell phone.
That's crazy. So on the other side of this break, the Russes are going to give you guys some action steps that you can take to help you explode your business. So let's cut to this commercial and we'll be right back. Keep it locked right here and smash that share button, people.
Hey, Treasure Coast, I'm Live Russ.
And I'm Teresa Russ.
With Focus Network Media. Wait.
Before you click out, we help business owners and online entrepreneurs get their own results on social media without having to be tech savvy or hire an agency by giving them step-by-step guidance with our program, My Marketing Mastery.
That's right. With everything that's going on right now, we're going to show you how to put ads just like this one in front of your clients. So click that link below. Sign up for the webinar. It's only $1 to join.
It's only $1.
Invest in yourself. Let's go. Peace.
Why should you take Focus Network Media's webinar on marketing mastery? Hi, I'm Wendy Conrad with Your Happy Workplace. And if you're a small business owner like me who wants to learn how to build your first Facebook ad or maybe just get better at building Facebook ads, you need to take Teresa and Russ's webinar. They give you a step-by-step startup guide on how to build your Facebook ads and also how to build them better. A lot of clarity in this webinar. Run, don't walk to register.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, and we are coming to you live and direct from the Focus Network Media Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. We got the owners and founders of Focus Network Media with us here today, Stephen and Teresa Russ. We're going to talk about some practical steps here in a second, but this just dawned on me, and I got to go here, Stephen and Teresa. We met on social media. Right. We formed a business relationship, and sometimes people don't see that, the importance of that. We talk all the time about your net worth and your network being closely tied together. What about the ability to literally network with people all over the world using social media? How many great contacts have you guys come across just doing what you do on social media that, like us, we've never physically met, but I consider you guys friends. We shop it up all the time.
Facebook side. Come on now.
Say it again.
You are a cousin on our Facebook side.
There you go. So talk about the ability to connect with people from, personal relationships, but also business relationships and all of that kind of stuff, because we know the power of association is real. How many other people have you really connected with all over the world that you never really met, but you're doing business with, you're learning from, and that kind of stuff?
I can't count.
Literally all over the world. People message us from India, Australia all the time. In this country, a lot of our mentors are not. Matter of fact, none of our mentors are in our neighborhood. You literally clean across the country. So every strategic business relationship that we have pretty much came off of social media. Now, before the Rona, we was doing networking in our neighborhood, but we that same level of networking on social media. I just want to say that one of the most important things that people need to understand is that your Facebook platform is curated entirely by you. Even the ads that you see are specific to your behavior and your activity or your physical location. So you really need to begin to consciously curate. When you scroll and you see fight scenes, and hide that mess and block that mess, and start looking up positive images. Start looking up financial health mentor, and start a lot of times in life we think that life happens to us, but more increasingly we are curating our own experience, and that's all social media is. You can choose to see positivity and education, or you can choose to see foolishness. And so you have to make that conscious choice.
But the relationships, these are some of the best relationships I've ever built,
ever had.
Online, is because you know, we both know what we're trying to accomplish.
Right.
Right? We're both willing to lend a hand, helping hand. You know, it's just so much love. You feel me?
Here.
It's so much love.
Yeah.
It's so much love. You just want to keep doing it, you know?
Right.
You want to keep doing it because the hate don't even matter.
Right.
You feel me?
No,
like
of course.
it doesn't matter because you know it's so much love and it's real, it's genuine, it's real. We met you on social media, like you said, I think 4 or 5 years ago. And you know, it's always love. Every time I see you, every time we speak, every time I see your lessons and going into your lessons. I mean, because you've been a big part of what we have going on.
Even like our mental financial shift. So like around that time, we was, you know, we hadn't went back to our jobs, and I was like, okay, well, how we gonna fix this? And so we began to consciously curate the type of messages that we wanted to see. So about 90% of our actual business networking is done on social media.
Yeah, and
you keep saying consciously curate, and I want people to really hear that, guys. All the universe knows how to do is say yes.
Yes.
The question is, what are you giving it to say yes to?
Right.
See, most people miss that. Just like with social media, Facebook, the thing that you like, Zuckerberg and his team says, oh, they like that. Let's show them more of it. Well, guess what?
Comments are heavier than likes.
Yeah. So it's the same thing in your consciousness when you say, hey, I'll never be an entrepreneur. Then the universe agrees with you and they show you things in your life that validate the thought that you already believe.
Right.
And it cements that thought. So you got to be careful with how you think, how you speak, just as you got to be careful with what you like, what you comment on, what you engage with on social media. Now, I know you guys do a how to go live class, but let's talk about the importance of going live. I think we both know that that is the one piece of content that gets more attention than anything else from the algorithms and just socially, the interaction and all that. But what's the importance of using live video as you're trying to grow your brand and your business?
Well, live is live is first of all, I'm live, Russ.
That's right.
But live is so authentic, you know. And I think the connection is when people can connect with your authentic self. That's huge. You know, a lot of when you see Coca-Cola, you don't see any authenticity. You don't know who's at that head, right? But with live, it is what it is. You know, like people are like, oh, what if I make a mistake or say something wrong?
You're gonna make a mistake.
You're human. You're human. And I think with social media, it allows you to connect with that human side of people. You know, we're so used to seeing commercials or television and it's perfect. You know, you got this perfect picture. And that's why, honestly, I don't think TV work the way it, you know, if it's not real, people can lose disconnection to it, you know, with advertisements and all of that. I think when you come from live allows you to come from a real place. If you're going to make a mistake, you're going to make that mistake. You're going to keep it going. You know, there's been times that I went live and my sound wasn't on, you know, like, and people will make a big deal like, okay, I'll be live again. Who cares? Right. But it's being able to build that relationship right away. Either they like you or they don't, you know, and that's what I like. I like for people to make quick decisions, and I like to make quick decisions. And I think live allows you to do that. It allows people that's watching you to do that. Either they're gonna like you or they're not, and you know, you're either gonna move on or you're gonna come back to a show and watch it some more, you know. And that's what I like about live. And you don't have to edit, you know.
Yeah,
you don't have to edit. You don't have to.
A big part of our business when we were physically doing people's social media is we would go to businesses and do videos and commercials for them. And so then Russ would have to do all of this editing in Premiere Pro, like all this editing for hours. So a big benefit of going live is it's not perfect, but you don't have to edit it.
You don't have to edit. So, and I think like, you know, live is just is when you go live. First of all, it's telling all your friends and everybody that's watching that you going live. Is sending that signal out, and live. It's just you get to build relationships right then and there. People comment, you get to talk right back. If you're looking at somebody you really look up to and they live and you say something and they say something back, it's huge, right? It's huge.
It's real. It's direct. Real. It's raw. And I think that the way that we're going in the world, that's what people like. You have to remember when you start a business page, what you're doing is you're saying, hey, I'm going to find my tribe. I'm going to find the people that rock with me. And so that's literally what you're doing. You're figuring out your target audience and you're figuring out how to talk to those people. And as those people come to you, you go live and you engage with those people in an authentic way. And that's a way to definitely solidify that know, like, and trust factor.
Absolutely. I mean, I love live for all of those reasons. I get to build a relationship quickly, a rapport. People get to hear my heart. And that no editing thing, my brother, when I start going live and that was it was up and I gave my call to action at the end and that thing started working for me. I'm like, shoot, I don't know if I'm ever going to do a recorded video ever in my life.
Right. It's been a while, I'm telling you.
Like you get hooked on that bug and I can't, man, Russ used to be in here for hours editing video.
And I started editing videos on my cell phone. Honestly, that's how I started how we started the business. We started from my cell phone, with no equipment, and I was doing videos for people. I would show up to people's business with my cell phone with a couple things, and I would shoot videos and I would edit them, on I have 6 to 8 different apps on my cell phone, and I would edit them. Until I was able to build my business and get that equipment and stuff. So,
gotcha. Talk real quick, maybe 2, maybe 3 steps that can help a person do a better Facebook Live. And are you guys strictly Facebookers, or do you do IG Live, YouTube Live, or is it strictly?
Well, we have the knowledge to do Instagram and YouTube. However, we are like we discussed about those systems, we're like, let's build the systems and then grow, because we're looking to be fully automated. So right now you'll hear us say Facebook, but once we get the systems in place that we want, we just gonna, move up.
Take to the next platform.
Right.
I'm on IG Live right now because I've kind of got my system for Facebook down. My system for YouTube is down. We're actually streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope at the same time right now. But also I got IG up as I'm starting to wet that algorithm to say, hey, Financial Health Mentor is here.
Right.
But a couple steps that can help people do their lives a little bit better so that they get more engagement and they build that rapport. What would you advise on that?
The first thing I would say is something that's a bit non-conventional. I would say get rid of your work voice.
For real.
And I know, I was talking on another show the other day, and I don't think that people realize how spiritual business is. One of the biggest things for me, when I first started going live, is I wanted to sound like that girl on the other end of that telephone. Because that was how I was used to communicating in a work setting. And so you put your work voice on, and you want to sit up straight, and you want to be perfect, and you want to perfectly enunciate. Baby, that's not real.
And me and her used to get into
and we
it,
used
Cortez.
to literally.
I'm like, stop with that. That's not you.
And I would be like, in my mind, I didn't understand the difference.
Right.
There was in my mind, there was no clear-cut difference between regular Teresa and work Teresa. And so, the spirituality in business is that, especially now, is that you have to be yourself, your accent, your experience, your ideas, your bullcrap, you. And so the biggest thing about going live that I would say is that you have to get back to you. You have to get comfortable with being you.
Yeah.
Who are you? Not the work version.
Yeah.
Not the version. the real version.
Yeah.
Believe that, the message and the idea that God gave you is good enough for you to deliver right now. the way that you naturally are.
Yeah.
Because people don't buy a product. They buy a solution, and they buy the version of themselves that they see in you.
Gotcha.
So if you sitting up here and you not being your real self, they can't see themselves in you. So hopefully you did a good job at presenting your solution. But if they can't see themselves in you, they're not very likely to buy from you. And if you ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I truly do, man. I tell people all the time, and it usually goes over people's heads, but I spent the first 24, 25 years of my life trying really, really hard to convince the world that I really was who I was pretending to be.
Right.
And it wasn't until those walls came down that I began to say, this is Cortez, take it or leave it.
Right.
And that is so liberating.
Right.
And I think what you're also saying is you got to lose the fear of becoming vulnerable.
Right.
And so many people, I keep saying, I talk about who I am, my family, and because it's all about connection. So when I say I'm coming live and direct from the Financial Health Mentor Studios here in St. Louis, I'm fourth born of 6 children raised by a single mom on welfare. That's giving people 12, 13, 14 points to connect with me on.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to go that deep into their stories. And I'm like, listen, Real World, the reality TV show, brought us into the world of reality TV. And people want to connect with real people, and live gives you the ability to do that. So you said number one is get rid of the work voice, right? Everybody got it. Everybody's got it. I spent 12 years in customer service, right? Yeah. And I would all the time, hey, thanks for calling so-and-so. This is Hernando. How can I help you? Right. And you know what I used to get the first time? Every time, I get this about 4 or 5 times a day. When I say this is Hernando, oh, you speak a Spanish? No, that's about as much Spanish as I can speak. It's my name. So number one, get rid of the workforce. Give us one more to help people get more engagement in their lives and create that rapport and get that know, like, and trust factor. What's another one that you can think of real quick?
Well, I say, give your advice, give some, whatever it is that you're going live for, especially if you're a business or you're an entrepreneur, give people advice on what it is that you know. So give tips, you are the expert in what it is that came to you. So you want to make sure you deliver that information the best way you know how. So, when you're giving that, take notes, have your notes written down based on what you want to give, because now as soon as you press that live, it's time to go. And you want to be able to, come clear as possible. Everything gonna be perfect, but know what information that you want to deliver to your audience.
We just doing 2?
You got, I mean, give me another one if you got one.
Okay. Another thing that I would say is stay on topic. When you it depends on what type of live you do. Like if you do a gossip column and you sit up and you chat with people, obviously that's different than 3 tips on how to improve your finances, right? But if when people come, one of the things that I really hate about YouTube is I'll go on there looking for like a recipe and they'll be like, it was a cold, dark night. I was 5 years old on the farm and I'm like, baby, I just want to make banana bread. I don't want to hear.
Get to the point.
To the point. So yes, you do. You want to chit chat with people. You want to do your intro. You want to do your disclaimer. But you really want to get to the point and stay on point, because what happens is people begin to see you as a resource. If I find a good recipe channel on YouTube, I'm gonna go back to that resource over and over again. And eventually, if they offer a product that I like, I'm more likely to buy it. So try to stay on track as much as possible.
I love that. And I remember when we worked together originally, Teresa, and you first started doing live videos, and you would have Madam Notes with you. And I use you as an example all the time, because when I'm coaching people and they're like, I don't know what to say, I feel like I'm gonna be rambling. I said, listen, you got a couple choices. My girl Teresa would have Madam Notes, and she would actually introduce Madam Notes into the live. So when she's looking away, people say, oh, she's got Madam Notes with her,
Right.
and that helps her stay on track. You can do like your boy. A lot of times I have my smaller whiteboard just behind the camera, and I have my 3 points on, and people just think I am flowing with all this memorized wisdom.
No. And
I do like they do on TV. I just prepare, right?
But that's another one too. You have to be willing to prepare. People assume that what we do is, like you just said, we just come up with all this wonderful 10 topics and we just remember what we're supposed to say on top of everything else we got going on. No, I prepare and I take notes, and sometimes I even do research to be sure that what I'm delivering to you is, because sometimes you get a knowledge base, but over time that changes and becomes outdated.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I'll do research and I tell people, listen, I got my notes right here because y'all know I do research for y'all.
Right.
So when y'all looking to the side, it's because I'm looking at my notes.
Yeah. And as you've been real, as you've been honest, it's everything is there. You don't have to be like, I don't have notes, I'm this perfect person.
See,
we don't want to go there.
That's a part of that BS that we was talking about. You have to. The thing that robots did for us, I'm so sick and tired of people fighting against automation. The thing that robots did for us in this space is they are allowing us to be human again.
Yes.
I used to go to work and I used to work 12, 16 hours a day trying to be a robot.
That's robot
trying
work.
to make my voice sound the same for 16 hours. Trying to sit up and stay awake for 16 hours. We don't have to do that anymore. Let the robots do that mess.
Right.
Yeah.
Be human.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So many people are missing that, man. It's like, and I'm trying to be, I'm like, nobody wants to see this perfect person, especially for me.
Right.
I'm in the network marketing space, right, as my primary source of income. And when I'm coaching my team and they're trying to, they're letting perfection stop them from taking any action. I'm like, first of all, if you present yourself as perfect, ain't nobody joining your team anyway, because they're going to think I got to be perfect in order to have success.
Right.
You need to let people know that, hey, from the background I came from the person that I am, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm a work in progress. You guys come grow with me and you'll see me develop over time. And though that should be the sentiment, that should be the idea when you present yourself to the world, right? And it's okay to say, hey, you know what? I am a 11th grade dropout or whatever it is. And people will connect with that and say, wow, if this person is an 11th grade dropout and they're now making $10,000 per month, surely somebody like myself with a college degree could figure out what an 11th grade dropout. People are missing the ability to connect with people by becoming vulnerable. So I know you guys have a webinar that you're going to talk about here on the other side of this break, and I'm going to hold that for then. But in addition to the webinar, I want you guys to start thinking about also, as a small business owner, talk about the cost benefit of using social media as compared to if I wanted to run a commercial on a radio station or TV. So we'll talk about that and then let you guys share what that webinar is going to be like. And I'll post a link to that as well. So you guys keep it locked right here on the other side of this break. We're going to talk about how inexpensive it is for you to use paid advertising to build your brand. And we'll share with you how Steve and Teresa will let you in on their webinar. So keep it locked right here.
What if a product existed that allowed you to lose weight while you got the best sleep of your life? An all-natural supplement comprised of herbs, extracts, prebiotics, probiotics, and enzymes that work naturally with your body to reduce stress, invoke a relaxed state of mind and body, while simultaneously accelerating digestion and metabolism, resulting in a great night's sleep as you burn calories. The result is you sleep better and you wake up lighter than you went to bed. A world leader in nutritional products, Be Epic, introduces Accelerate, a special 2-capsule combination you take just before bedtime. One prepares your mind and body for a deeper night's sleep, while the other gently works with your body's chemistry to accelerate digestion, flush toxins, increase metabolism, and result in a lighter, leaner you every morning. Discover for yourself the life-changing benefits of this amazing supplement. Order your pack of Accelerate capsules today, backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Manage your body and mind naturally with Accelerate. Visit the website shown below or contact the person who sent you this video.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am sitting here with one of my favorite couples on the planet, Stephen and Teresa Russ, founders and creators of Focus Network Media, where they help small businesses and solopreneurs like myself get the most out of social media. We were talking about the cost benefit of using social media to promote your brand. Guys, I've built my entire business, several income streams, 4 and 5 figures, using social media for free.
Right.
I don't do a whole lot of paid advertising, but if I were to start doing paid advertising, talk a little bit about the cost benefit and how inexpensive it could be for me to reach the people that I'm trying to reach if I wanted to go that direction.
Well, at Focus Network Media, we say start where you are. Or be who you are, start where you are.
We got a lot of sayings.
Be who you are, start where you are, something like that. Because we got a lot of sayings. We were just trying that one out. And basically it is start where you are. On social media, the platform itself is free. You jump on here, you get started, you put your information in, you use like a little free program like Canva, you make something nice looking. It's free to actually get started. So that's your digital storefront. Think about how much it would cost to get a brick and mortar store. Just with, rent, just with light, water, insurance, business licenses. We running this business from a room in our house that we was already gonna have to pay for anyway. So just think about that. I'm gonna give you an example as far as ad costs. To run ads on TVs and radios is thousands of dollars. This webinar that we're doing, that we've already sold some of the courses. The course haven't even dropped till July 18th. We have not spent more than $70 advertising.
Wow.
We have not spent more than $70. And what we tell most of our people is, you start running ads 3 days a week, $5 a day.
Right.
And the reason why
and talk real quick about that $70, so we understand the comparison. First of all, you're not getting a commercial anywhere for $70.
Right.
But talk about how many people that has reached for you guys, and you've already got return on your investment. But roughly, how many people have you been able to reach with that $70? And what's important is not so much the number, but the target. You're reaching the right people. If I ran an ad, if say for instance, I was able to get a $70 ad on a radio station, that doesn't guarantee I'm going to reach the people that I'm trying to reach. Right.
So with spending $70, it was over 2,000 people that it reached, and we did a certain area that we wanted to put that ad in front of. Right. We didn't even hit our whole audience, so we just started with our local audience. Right. And that already got our return. Our class is over $1,000 for that course, just showing you numbers right there. Right. $60 on the ad. We already sold a few before the class dropped. Right.
Wow.
So that's just showing you the comparison right there. Over 2,000 people spending $70 in ads. And like you said, you hit it right on the point, Cortez. People try to get in front of a lot of people instead of the right people.
That's the old
way.
Yeah.
And social media allows you to target that through behaviors and things of that nature. I know a lot of people do it all the time and see it all the time when they go on Amazon or they look something up. Then they come on these social media platforms and they have those advertisements right in front of them, like, you was looking for me, right? You wanted me, right? So that's the thing about it. That's the greatest thing about it, is that you get to put your product in front of people that will most likely buy from you.
And you're not guessing. You put it in front of them based on their behaviors.
Right.
That's the most important thing about social media that I don't think people understand, is that advertising one of the reasons why social media has leveled the playing field. In 2018, Coca-Cola spent over $18 billion advertising to the entire world. Why do they need to do that? Well, because you need to convince all these people and remind all these people that you exist.
Right.
Small business owners, we don't need to do that. We say, hey, this is what we offer. The people who like what we offer either have this problem or have these characteristics.
Right.
Let me put my ad in front of these people based on what I know about them.
Right.
And it brings your ad cost way down.
They bring it way down. And you get to be in front of the right people. That's the biggest thing. Like you said, in that advertisement on radio, they just gonna play to their audience. You don't know who their audience is. Their audience don't really know you. So it makes it much harder. So you're gonna have to put more money on there to be on there.
Now watch this. So you run your ad, right? And you post for your ad, but it takes 7 to 14 times for people to see your product or see who you are before they make a decision. But most people know. So you run your ad, they see your ad a few times, they go, oh, I'm interested in this. Let me click on their page. So they click on your page and you have been going live. You have been going live consistently. So now they sitting up there watching your lives going, oh, I connect with this person based on their story. So it all comes together.
Yes.
The going live, the running the ads, it all, because everything that we do is based on relationships.
Yeah.
And so if I see your ad, I click on your page, I go, oh, I like him.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to comment, eventually engage, as far as buying your product, and also recommend you to another person.
Right. And then when that engagement happens, you can also retarget that person. Those ads are going to continue to be in front of that person that did the clicking.
Right.
And like Teresa said, being in front of 7 to 14 times is going to happen over time. People are going to purchase from you. People are going to trust. What is it? The no like and trust is going to happen. That relationship is going to build.
I love that, man. And that's a huge point, Teresa, that I try to help people understand that I don't care what business you're in, all business is relationship business.
Right.
Yes.
I don't care what business you do, you are in the relationship business. And as it relates to my small business and my entrepreneurs, you keep hearing Teresa say, it don't take millions of people, right? I want you to think about this. You're building your tribe using your Facebook Lives, using your posting, using your social media. There's a lot of studies that show that you only need 1,000 diehard fans.
Right.
And just imagine if you had 1,000 diehard fans and all you were doing every month was selling them a product that was $10 in profit for you. You're making $10,000 per month from 1,000 diehard fans. You don't need millions of people. And I see so many entrepreneurs thinking that, hey, if I don't get my IG to 10,000 people, if I don't get to 100,000 followers, if I don't get to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, I can't make any money.
That's the old way.
We always, it's prosperity first and then popularity second, right? So, and I think a lot of people they got it backwards. They want that popularity first. And then they want prosperity second. Well, if you thinking that way, you holding yourself back.
They think that the popularity is going to lead to prosperity, but in actuality, systems lead to prosperity.
Yeah. And you got to realize that that's been the trick that has been played on us since forever. Right? I want you to think about this. In the music industry, in the movie industry, and the television industry, we'll make you famous, but we won't make you rich.
Right.
With social media, you could be making yourself rich, and fame can come on the backside of that, because you can actually target that small 2,000 people, sell a few classes at $1,000 a pop, wash, rinse, and repeat, and you got revenue coming in. So talk real quick about what people can expect to see on this webinar. I've already posted the link, but you guys have a webinar that's coming up to really educate people on some of this stuff. What's in it that we haven't already touched on that they can expect to see if they go register for it today?
First of all, in the webinar, we teach you how to put together an ad, period. We teach you how to put together an ad. And I know that most people, when they go to a webinar, they scared, or the sales pitch at the end. Listen, we're going to give you the opportunity to work with us. If you choose not to work with us, that's cool. We still gonna teach you how to run an ad. So let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
But
and I think that's huge that you said that, because a lot of people are running webinars that are nothing but a 1-hour sales pitch, and there's not a whole lot of value, but it's just a little fluff so that I can sell you on air. But you're going to teach people how to set up their first ad.
Right.
So that's amazing. Go ahead.
More important than ads. The most important part of the webinar is we teach you how to get clear.
Very clear.
The biggest secret to running low cost ads. I mean, Russ can get likes on this page for 5 cents, 4 cents. He's just good at it. But the biggest component of running a successful ad is you have to have your targeting down. You have to have your niche down. You have to know who you're talking to and what you're offering to them. And so often, if you ask people what they do, they go, "Oh, well, let me tell you a story. Hold on 1 second." If we cannot clearly articulate who we are, what we do, and what problem we're solving for people, it's gonna miss the mark, and you're gonna have to advertise to more people before you'll begin to get a return.
So it's getting clear. It's getting really clear on what you're doing. Having that, that 30-second commercial, boom, right? And then you take that, your 30-second commercial, and that's who you're marketing to. You want to stay on track of who you're marketing to
at all times.
Because a lot of times we try to get too fancy.
Right.
We don't kind of explain a story, and that we then
sometimes we don't even know.
Yeah,
sometimes
we don't know.
We think that the sauce is in the product. The sauce is not in the product. The sauce is in the problem you help them avoid and the solution you provide them. So the very first thing that we do after we do the intro is we teach you how to get clear.
Yes.
And then we walk you through the step of creating an ad on Facebook. And that is what the webinar is.
Right. And if you boosting, boosting ain't it.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. People don't understand. It's not the same. And boosting is Facebook's money grab.
Yeah,
right.
That's what boosting is.
Right. Because you know what, the most important questions, I added another one yesterday, but the most important questions that a small business owner should be asking themselves when it comes to marketing is why and how. And you use the business manager, you get those two answers. If you having a good month, wow, why am I having a good month? Oh, I ran this ad and this one converted well. We got this many sales. People watched it at this time of night. They watched it for this long. This stuff will, let me tell you what, it will tell you who's watching your video, where they're watching it from, how long they watched it. Because then you can turn back, like if people watch 25% of your video, you can turn back and retarget people based on what percentage of the video. So the most important questions you need to answer as a business owner every single month, really every single day, is why and how. If you're having a bad month, why am I having a bad month?
Right.
Troubleshooting.
And when you're boosting, you can't see.
Right. It's not the same, man. And we didn't get a whole lot into the analytics, but Facebook know more about you than the government.
Yes.
And people like us can use that knowledge to get in front of you, whether you like us or not.
Right.
Every time you turn on your page, if I wanted to, you'd see my ugly mug because I know how to get in front of you based on your behaviors. Because you told Facebook everything. You told them you're married. You told them you got kids. You told them your political affiliation because you like this video. You didn't like that one. You told them where you live. You told them roughly how much money you make per year. All of that stuff is then given to people like Stephen and Teresa Russ for marketing purposes, because let's be clear, Facebook is not a social media platform, it's an advertising platform.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the gentlemen that we're gonna have the pleasure of helping build his business in our local area, he said, man, I got on my phone and I would see that ad 4 and 5 times a damn day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he actually signed on with us on Friday. And so just think about that. We spent $70
in advertising.
Not even. I think Russ said it was 69 something, and I like to round up. But we spent $70, and this gentleman who didn't even know us, he was like, man, I saw that ad. He was like, I couldn't avoid that ad.
Yeah. and that's exactly what it is. So our whole thing is to help people do that same thing. Everything that we doing, we want to give that back to businesses, to entrepreneurs, because it just makes what you're doing so much easier. And if you follow the system, you definitely gonna make your investment back. It's just about you putting in the work, like with anything,
Yeah, and I love it, man. And we are pushing the hour, but hell, this is my show.
Yeah.
We can go as long as I say we can go, because I really want people to understand this. And a lot of businesses missed the mark because they were not prepared. See, Zoom added $2 billion to the net worth of its owners when we went on quarantine. Why? Because they were prepared. They were properly positioned. How many businesses have you guys run into when this quarantine happened, are scrambling because they didn't even have a Facebook presence? Right. Talk about that part really quickly, that it's nothing to set up a Facebook page, at least be in the game. You can worry about learning how to play later, but hell, get in the game, right?
Right. The only way to learn how to play is being in it, you know? Like you have, if you think about any sport or anything that you do, you're not gonna understand football if you never played, you know. Right. So it's the same thing. If you have this whole big dream of one day it's gonna all work out
and
I'm gonna be perfect, it's not gonna happen. You know, you in the fairy tale world, sorry, right? In the fairy tale world, and you have to start. You have to do. That's the only way. Acting on, and you're gonna have that anxiety, that fear sometimes, but you just have to go. I guarantee after it's done, you're gonna feel so great. You're gonna want to do it again. You're gonna want that rush again.
One thing though that I see people do a lot lately is they will hire somebody else to run their social media for them. And I know that's actually how we got started.
Yes.
We got started running social medias for big teams and doctors' offices and things of that nature. But I don't think that that's the way that it's going anymore. Because a lot of the times we see people and they don't even have access to their own Facebook.
Right.
They don't know if the ads that's being run for them.
They just hire anybody.
They just hire anybody. They don't know if they're getting the return on their money. Now, if you are in a position where your business is doing really well and you can afford to hire somebody, you still need to learn what it is so that you know that this person that you hired is getting results for you.
Yeah, you want to be able, as a business owner, you want to be able to know where to go to look at your back office,
right,
and say, okay, this is what's going on. Man, I heard so many times, and I hear so many times that people are getting their pages stolen from the advertisement people that they bring on. You know,
because if you don't have the password, or really once you give somebody admin access to your page, they have the same level of access that you do. They can change the password. So really, you know, if you get into, like, let's say you like, oh, you know, are you getting results from me? And I'm angry at you now. That person jump right on your page and lock you out.
That's crazy.
So that's why we went to this, to showing business owners how to do it, you know, and that's why we say, you know, this webinar is good for everyone, you know, everyone. We had some people on who has a marketing company,
right?
And they was like, yo, we wasn't even using this. You know, like we wasn't.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to dive into it myself, man. You guys are amazing. I'm glad that we connected on social media, and I'm going to keep saying that because people aren't on social media, and some of the connections that you need to take your business to the next level are right here on this platform, waiting to help you do just that. Tell everybody how they can connect with you guys. Where is the best place for them to find you and all that good stuff?
You can find us on Facebook at Focus Network Media. At Focus Network Media.
Yep. And that's the main platform that we use. We on Instagram as well, at Focus Network Media. You can look us up there. And all our information is on our Facebook page, on our Instagram. You can contact us right away. If you click the banner, we also had a link in that banner. And I know you was talking about putting the link up as well. That's to the webinar. Is only one but to get in. You're going to leave with so much information that you're going to be able to get started on your own. And that's how you can reach us. Definitely on Facebook and Instagram.
And also, we're starting a group. It's going to be a free group for people to just come in and ask questions. Guys, slide in the DMs and ask us questions, because you know what? Everybody eats. That's what we say.
Yeah.
I can't buy your product if I don't have no money, and you can't buy my product if you don't have any money. So we need to get out of this mentality of it's everybody for themselves. Slide in the DMs with any question. We either have the answer or we don't, or we can show you what product we offer or not.
Right.
But please slide, because it's a whole world out here waiting for you to stake your claim on this internet.
Yeah. Love it, guys. The fastest growing, the most profitable entrepreneurs, and Russ alluded to this earlier, is the one who knows how to turn information into knowledge. The only way you turn information into knowledge is through application.
Right.
So you got to learn something, then you got to do it.
Yes.
Now it went from information, you were informed about something, but when you did it, you got the experience, and that's what turned it into knowledge. I want you guys to always remember this, man. Wealthy people make decisions quickly,
right,
and they are slow to change their mind.
Yes.
Poor people tend to take forever to make a decision, and then as soon as they hit that bump in the road, they change their mind quickly. So it has been a plum-pleasing pleasure to have you guys on the show. I believe, based on the comments, that folks got a lot of value out of this. So guys, all you got to do is go to Focus Network Media on Facebook. I put the link to the actual webinar in the comments as well. $1, learn how to run your Facebook ads and take your business to the next level. So last shout out to my sponsor, which happens to be me, right? Monetize My Life. This book will help you learn how to turn your gifts into profit. And then once you do that, learn how to properly package and present your gifts to the marketplace. Get with Steve and Teresa, and they'll show you how to run ads and blow that thing all the way up. So until we talk to you next time, we want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it. Each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.
Yeah.